Shall we begin? Let's begin now.
Hello, tumusoomigittitapunga nunuvapaa. Taanna saqqitusertara kappianaliuagillути ugianauyaqquortut or weird crap sulingamagaanasittugiaakkalunni qanoruluupukkiarukku takunguallarlavunai.
A dark figure suddenly sprints across the room behind her. No one noticed at the time. It wasn't until the footage was reviewed later that the family saw it. At first, it looks like a small child running through the background. But the family insists no one ran through the room during the recording. When the clip is slowed down, it becomes even stranger. The figure doesn't simply pass by in the hallway behind her. It appears to come from inside the room. The family believes what you're seeing isn't a child at all, but something else entirely.
People
think I'm crazy. Y'all, look at this.
Amazon delivery driver.
You see that?
You witness some
It's hard to see in the video
paranormal
what she's
activity.
referring to, but then she does something intentional.
Y'all see that? Yo, watch this.
She closes all of the locker doors in the room, steps back, and keeps the camera rolling. Moments later, one of the lockers suddenly bursts open. No one touches it. No one enters the room.
Got it on camera. Damn, what?
At first, some viewers assumed the lockers might open automatically, but then a comment begins circulating. Someone claiming to work for the same delivery service explains that these lockers require individual access codes. They don't randomly open, and they definitely don't malfunction like that. And without a code being entered, they shouldn't open at all. The uploader claims that this wasn't the first time something like this had happened, just the first time that she managed to record it.
Got it on camera. Thank God.
So what do you think caused this? A rare mechanical failure caught at the perfect moment? Or something inside the locker room that was trying to pick up its last deliveries? The girl is filming herself while riding a bus when something unusual happens in the background. At first, nothing seems out of place, but as the bus slows, an older beat-up car passes just outside the window. The girl doesn't react, as she doesn't notice anything strange at the time. It's only later, when the footage is slowed down and zoomed in, that something feels wrong. The person sitting in the passenger seat appears oddly still. Their face looks off and
Look, eyeball. Is that a fake eye? No eyelid. Other one's closed. Mask. What the heck?
way that's difficult to explain. And in the back seat, the other passengers don't move at all. Some users said they look like people with plastic bags over their heads. Others say it's hard to tell due to poor video quality. But many can agree that the people inside the car don't look
How about the driver?
like normal passengers at all. Almost as if they were intentionally set up to imitate people riding inside of the vehicle. The girl that filmed it says she has no idea anything was off until she rewatched the clip later, leaving an eerie feeling of dread in her stomach. So the real question becomes, who was driving this vehicle? And why do all of the people within it look so off? What do you think this footage is really showing?
Good.
After hours, a group of employees at a restaurant believe the place may be haunted. Late one night, after the restaurant is closed, one of them decides to film a walkthrough of the kitchen.
Bro. Am I tripping? Who is that?
It's hard to make out exactly what he saw in this video. but he claims to have seen the reflection of a pale boy.
Kaya nga eh. Is
He
it?
moves closer to the cooler slowly to get a better look.
Ooh.
And suddenly, a locker next to him bursts open. The moment sends him running out of the kitchen and ending the recording. Off camera, he immediately tells a coworker what just happened. His coworker decides to go back into the kitchen to check it out. This time, he doesn't film, but the restaurant's security cameras capture what happens next.
Ooh.
As he walks deeper into the kitchen, something suddenly makes him jump.
Look, Pa, look, something on his shoulder. Can't be his hand, 'cause his right arm's here, left hand arm.
He reacts as if something touched him, almost like he's trying to brush something off of his shoulder.
Kaya nga
When
eh.
the footage is slowed down and examined more closely, a disturbing detail appears. For just a moment, it looks like a hand reaches out of nowhere and makes contact with his shoulder. So what exactly was going on here?
Kisha
A
ko
simple
kaya nga
illusion of reflections and nerves after hours? Or something in the kitchen that didn't want to be alone? Notices something strange going on at her neighbor's house. She begins to record and captures this.
Neighbors.
Going for a walk and I look up and I see my neighbors.
At first, a light can be seen flickering above them in the dining room. Then, two more people enter the frame.
Sukiyag mo ko yung isa.
Hello?
Ooh.
And suddenly, all at once, they turn their heads as if they could detect her presence. Not slowly, not naturally, but directly toward the window she's filming from. The video ends immediately after. There's no follow-up or explanation of any kind, but the user that uploaded the footage
Watch. Sukiyag maingin niya.
believes something paranormal was taking place. So what do you think? Was this a harmless moment
Ano
caught at the
kayo
wrong
ka?
time? Or
In the
something
last
far
video,
more
I had spoken
unnatural?
about how news reported and coming directly from
Takot ako. Weird.
the news that 4 moons were seen above Russia's night sky.
Pakistan
They said it was a moon dog, and I said that's interesting because a moon dog typically looks like this. Flash forward a week later, and we have a couple more odd sky sightings, one involving the moon and another involving the sun. This
Ano ko kaya nga, I think they're just holograms or fake.
video comes from Morgana Was Here.
So I am quite literally outside. And again, this is now 2 days later, and it's happening again. And there we go. It does it again.
And we also have another news report, this time coming from Times Now,
Fake.
that 4 suns were seen in the skies above Alaska.
Fake?
So close. You can touch them. Never seen the sky do this.
So convincing.
Wrong and beautiful at the same time.
It's
like the world just doubled down on the sun.
So then, what was the explanation? Well, they gave the same exact explanation that they gave the 4 moons seen in Russia. They said what these people witnessed in Alaska was a complex sundog. Looking up photos of a complex sundog on presented photos,
I see the moon almost every night when it shows up in our community. It's always one all winter long.
like this and nothing like that. So then what's going on here? I mean, I really don't know, but the one theory that I really do like that I've been seeing a lot lately is that what these people are seeing are actually holograms, which would make a lot of sense given the fact that not everybody is seeing this and they may be testing holograms in certain locations. And it also makes a lot of sense when you remember that they have a lunar and solar simulator patented. What makes the hologram theory even stronger is that this happened once before back in 2021 in Dubai. People all over Dubai saw 2 moons in the sky. The UAE government, they did not say it was a moon dog like we're hearing over here. They said it was actually them using advanced projection technology for some kind of Mars publicity stunt. So unless it was an actual weird phenomenon these people witnessed and the UAE government is just trying to cover it up, that begs the question, if they can do it, why can't other governments around the world do it? And maybe test runs for more nefarious purposes, think Project BB. This was also witnessed by people over in Saudi Arabia in January, and again, the same excuse, it was just a sundog. And once again, over in Russia in January, residents saw two suns, and these look like two suns that are just completely shining. So yeah, I just think the best theory, and one that I do agree with, is that these people are seeing holograms being tested. But outside of the sun and the moon, people are also seeing other strange things in the skies, like for example over in Trinidad, people saw this.
Last year, well, maybe it was in Kifadlak region of Nunavut. There was one like that. You can see it in several communities.
News and media tried saying it was a meteor, but that's kind of slow for any meteor I've ever seen before. Somebody else took an alternate angle of it.
South Trinidad. Look up Book of Enoch. It talks about this type of stuff. And there's also other books. And
in this next creepy video, this individual recorded whatever kind of snow this happens to be.
So, does somebody want to tell me what kind of snow melts like this? Look at it.
Was it really
It's
snow?
like rubbery. It's crazy. Look at the film on top of the ice. Look at this. Look at this.
Don't touch it with
Tell
your
me what
hand.
kind of snow melts like that. It's crazy.
Does it
Look
smell?
at this. It's on all of it.
So look at it.
Y'all let me know what you think.
Some people are calling that snow mold or snow fungus. Look, I've been on this planet for 39 years, never heard of anything called snow fungus before, but to be fair, I haven't heard of something called snow fleas either. Maybe I'm just in a different reality where snow mold is normal, but I know one thing, I wouldn't touch that with my bare hands.
Let's take a look above. As you can see, the Super Bowl image for 2026. If you look at the colors, you will see it's the same exact colors as the emergency broadcast system. You see the silver all the way to the left. You see the silver Lombardi trophy that says Super Bowl. You have your yellow, then your light blue, which is the sky. You can see the green. Just look at it. And then the fuchsia, almost violet, pinkish color. You can see it in the trees. The red on the bridge here, and then the dark blue right above the bridge under the light blue, under those white clouds right there. Now, we all know that it's always symbolism inside of these type of images. Now, why would the Super Bowl logo this year have the same colors as the emergency broadcast system?
Isimaria ko sa payag to. Kala ko yung I don't know if it's true. Coincidence or not.
Not to mention, ICE is going to be patrolling at the Super Bowl. So what is it that they know is coming that we don't know is coming?
The Super Bowl or the Superb Owl is just one giant ritual every year. We see it in the halftime shows.
Well, I just went down a rabbit hole. When I first heard about this, I thought it was just like a
Super Bowl. Friggin' creepy. I hope there's none in Nunavut.
creepypasta type thing, but no. This is real life, which makes it even more terrifying. It all started back in 2021 when a Reddit user posted 3 separate Instagram accounts that they had come across. One of them had this username, TruthSticks11, and in the account's description it said that it was a 12-year-old boy's account that was looked after by his mother. But the videos on this account were very unsettling. The posts began innocent enough and truly seemed like a mother just bragging about her son and his accomplishments in school, but over time, the pictures got more and more strange. Like they were heavily edited or might even be AI. I mean, the little boy we once saw in the photos didn't even look like a child anymore. And then it transformed into something more similar to CP. Sometimes the posts would even have this child's face photoshopped onto the bodies of adults that were dressed provocatively. So it started to become more and more obvious that the account was not run by a child or even a mother, but by an online predator. And then multiple other pages started to surface, all posting the same type of disturbing content, but some of them using pictures of actual children. Now, these other accounts seemed random at first until they started interacting with each other. And another thing that stuck out was that these accounts were all absolutely obsessed with high-heeled mini boots. Like, these types of shoes were pretty much shown in every single post. And that brings us to Smart Schoolboy 9. It was clear that this account, just like the others, was clearly an adult posing as a child, but the way they were doing this was different. They weren't using AI images or pictures of real children. They were using pictures of themselves. A fully grown man dressed in a children's school uniform recreating these AI images with his makeup and obsessing over high-heeled mini boots. He also posts videos of himself that are incredibly creepy, and he even leaves the house dressed this way. He also had a video of him chasing a little boy in his high-heeled mini boots. If you watch the videos where he's speaking and then go back and watch the videos on the other pages, they're undeniably the same voice, which is just confirmation that this full-grown man is the one behind all of these accounts for whatever sick reason. Now, when the internet got wind of this, they did even more digging and found dozens of accounts all doing the same thing. This man had created his own community of children that interact with each other, except it's all just him. But he's also been known to comment and interact with content of real children, which is so scary. Internet sleuths did thankfully figure out who is behind all of this, and it's a 59-year-old man named David Alter. We don't know a whole lot about this guy, just that he has no criminal record and that he actually had an article featured in the newspaper about the importance of children wearing school uniforms. Thankfully, this guy is being investigated by the proper authorities, but I just really hope he was stopped before he was able to victimize anyone.
That video came from Oddities on Elm Street, and it's very eerie to think that you never truly know who you're living next to or who you're bumping into in your everyday life. This could have easily been any one of our neighbors.
We saw the going to a grandma saying happy birthday.
That video came from the paranormal chick. When I saw this, whatever that was produced a very large shadow. But
first, the friend who posted this wasn't sure if sharing this online would be a good idea. What was captured, according to them, is something that the hotel would rather keep under wraps. Perhaps to avoid reminding people of a terrible incident that occurred many years ago, and the hotel is now rebranded and remodeled under a different company. However, from time to time, strange things would happen here. Hotel guests would report supposed paranormal experiences and blame the fire incident that occurred years ago to explain this. The following video is a prime example of what guests experience while being here. It's late at night when apparently something pulls the security guard's hair. Take a look. Looking closely, you can see that her ponytail is the first thing that moves before she tilts her head. However, its movement is anything but subtle. It's as if something had yanked her hair, causing her to jerk her head in a sudden motion. According to the friend who posted this, the security guard thought that someone had ran away upon pulling her hair. But after watching this clip, that...
New York
of years ago. Your history is all AI.
Photoshop.
Photoshop
I don't know about this. Up to you if you want. If you believe it or not, I don't know.
has been around for hundreds of years through various means. Photos themselves are much older than we are told. At least 200 years. And I don't believe the first Photoshop is in 1857 like they say. The Mona Lisa was printed. It wasn't painted. Renaissance paintings like the Mona Lisa were made with 2-micron paint. 30 to 50 microns is the average today. It was perfectly layered and couldn't be replicated today. Yet we're supposed to believe that Da Vinci made it with mortar and pestle paints. Nothing today can be compared to what was being made in 1434 by Jan van Eyck. The reflection in the background is perfectly displaying the reversed image. No one can replicate this level of detail. This is a print, a laser print. Photoshop was also done through etching. We have all been getting catfished. How much of the history has been etched away? These are the original filters. Cartoon filter, whitewash filter, sepia, grayscale. Supposedly there were no Civil War photos in battle, but plenty right before. And it doesn't stop with people. Looks like a lively city block, huh? Those people are painted in. This is in the New York Public Library. You can see they're painted in if you look closely. That
horse was never there, yo. This thing here on the bottom of the truck. Fake nyo na siguro guys. I thought this was fake. In slow motion. Look, what's that? Some type of X-Men eel, Stranger Things eel. I think this one's fake. Not scary, but weird. If you make it this far, thank you for watching.